In a span of 5 years, America had the devastating experience of witnessing three of its top leaders fall victim to assassination. On June 5th, 1968, just 2 months after the assassination of civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr., Senator Robert F. Kennedy was shot numerous times by immigrant Saran shortly after giving his speech regarding his win in the California Democratic primary elections at the Ambassador Hotel in Los Angeles. Just 12 years old at the time, Mark Waterman stayed up late to watch his speech. Seeing as they were still filming after he exited the room, he stayed glued to the TV, unprepared for what was to come. He recounts his experience. So where were you when you saw the assassination of Senator Robert F. Kennedy?
I was watching TV. I was watching the celebration of his win of the California primary and the celebration when it happened.
And how old were you?
I was 12.
Now, the assassination happened a little after midnight, so how come you were up that late?
Well, my family was very politically aware, and I just was interested in watching it. My parents were out for the evening, and I was watching.
And what was your initial reaction?
I was panicked, absolutely panicked when it happened. And when it happened, and I realized what had happened, I tried to reach him on the telephone. I think they were at some friends of theirs for the evening. I tried to reach him on the telephone. I couldn't. I called my uncle to try to talk to my uncle and find out if he knew how to get in touch with my parents, because I was absolutely panicked by what had happened.
And what was the media coverage that followed, and how would you say it compared to the media coverage that we have today?
Well, it was all, I should say, primarily television. There was newspaper, of course, but primarily television. And back in those days, TV cut off at 1 or 2 in the morning, so we didn't have 24/7 television coverage. So we saw it during the day, primarily during what was then referred to as prime time, I guess from 6 to 8, and that's all we saw.
And how was this coverage different from his brother, President John F. Kennedy's assassination just 5 years earlier?
Well, it was a big deal for us, particularly in California, because the assassination happened in California. My family was, as I mentioned before, very politically interested. They were politically aware, and they were a supporter of Kennedy at the time. And so they were very upset by it. So we did see it. It was traumatic for us, for the family, because President Kennedy had just been shot just a few years before, and it was even more confusing and traumatic for me as a child in particular, because Martin Luther King had just been assassinated a couple of months before. It was a horrible time, an absolutely horrible time.
Now, there were several conspiracy theories surrounding the Robert Kennedy assassination, including the infamous woman in the polka-dotted dress running away screaming, "We shot Kennedy, we shot Kennedy," and also rumors of the LAPD hiding and or changing facts about the case. Having seen it, how do you today react to those theories?
Well, I remember hearing those theories. I don't remember how they developed. We don't hear much about them today, so it very likely had no merit at all. I watched it on TV. There was no doubt in my mind what happened. I saw it. I saw him tackled to the ground. I saw the gun. He was carted away. It was very confusing for me, but I was very certain. There was never any doubt in my mind what happened.
Thank you very much.